Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
The body doesn't lie. This is what we've established before. If you want answers, your body's going to tell you, and it's answers to any questions you may have. It knows. It's your intuition. There's a lot going on there. How do you tap?
Absolutely.
How do you speak your body's language? She is able to do that, and that's through an amazing modality called the Body Talk System. We're going to get into that and even dig even deeper. She's actually going to do a session on me in just a few. Dr. Jacquilen Tomas Ali joins us today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantabulous. How are you doing?
Very excited to see how this all works. And I've dabbled in what's called muscle testing before on my own. And, I've had mixed results. We've, established that in the past. But
absolutely.
Why don't we review this thing called applied kinesiology? Essentially, that is the muscle testing to get answers from your body, right?
Right. And what you're doing with muscle testing is giving your body a language whereby it can say yes and no. And then you have a tool that you use, in this case, the Body Talk system, that says, if the answer is yes, you know how to answer. If it's no, you know how to answer. So you're not telling the body what the answer is. You're telling the body the way in which it can give you an accurate answer. And one of the things that I enjoy about Body Talk is that, a couple of things. It doesn't focus on symptoms. We've been geared to look on symptoms, and the symptoms are meaningful. It's like the body's way of saying, hey, something's going on. But it's not a matter of just addressing the symptoms. It's really getting into what's causing those symptoms. And that's something that Body Talk is able to do, because the person may not know what's causing it. They just know that they're feeling a certain way. So I enjoy that part of it. The other part that I enjoy is that it keeps my ego out of it. I'm not guessing. I'm not diagnosing. I am just asking your body certain questions to help determine what it wants to focus on.
Now, what are the things that your body can reveal using applied kinesiology? You could even give examples of people you've worked with and what their bodies have revealed using your help. We don't know who these people are. Just examples.
If a person is, and I can actually make this even personal, that I noticed that certain foods that I would eat, I would feel so much indigestion and discomfort in my gut. And I'm like, what's going on? And it was when I was studying Body Talk. And, with practitioners, we had to practice on each other in order to feel comfortable to practice on other people. And it came up that I had sensitivity to gluten, and that's why I was having such discomfort. Wow. And so the recommendation was for me to eliminate gluten. However, I also had to understand and realize that my taste for gluten may not go away. It may still be there, but I have full control over what I put in my mouth, what I eat. So therefore, it's a matter of me having this information, letting the body know that we're balancing it out, and that going forward, if I want to really eliminate that problem, don't consume gluten of any type. Be it wheat, rye, barley, doesn't matter. No gluten whatsoever.
Now, you said that your body has a taste for gluten. Does that mean you crave it. Your body's saying, "Yeah, I want it," but you have to listen to you. It's almost like, well, go with me
You
on this for
know,
a minute. Go with me on this.
okay.
You ever see the cartoon where you got the devil and the angel, and they're on your shoulder? Is it?
Uh-huh.
It's almost like when you're using the body talk system or apply kinesiology. Could it be possible that the body says, "I really want gluten. I really," and the other side is saying, "No, but you know what it does to you? It wreaks havoc in your stomach." Is that possible to get that on your essence?
Absolutely. In
Oh,
fact, yesterday, a neighbor friend gave um, gave me pretzels, just the soft pretzels that are definitely made from wheat. Now they're now gluten-free pretzels, but these were just regular soft pretzels. And I looked at them and I'm like, I really want to take a taste of those. And I broke off a piece and I started to, and I'm like, you know what's going to happen? It's up to you. So then I put it down and I said, all right, I'll just give it to the birds. So yeah, yes,
wow.
yes, yes,
Bodies have
yes,
cravings too, and they'll tell you that they have it. They want it.
yes.
Wow.
And it's a developed taste
Hmm.
because we are so taste driven that it's a developed taste, but
Now,
it doesn't mean that the body wants it.
you mentioned something before or in the past about protocols or a roadmap or a chart or something like that.
Yes,
Tell us about that.
yes. Can I share it with you?
100%. Let me just make sure it is enabled for those who are watching video. And if you're hearing the audio part, we'll explain what we're looking at here.
Okay, all right. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Here is,
Wow.
I know, here is the chart that I use when I am doing a body talk session. Can you see
Ah,
it?
I can see it. And I have to be real honest here. I didn't know it was that detailed.
Yes, yes,
Gosh.
yes. So when I'm doing a new session, when I'm doing a session on someone first time, I usually go through each section to give them an idea of what it includes because when I do a session, it's not done silently, it's out loud. So when I say section 3, they have an idea of what I'm talking about. They don't have to memorize it, but they have an idea of what I'm talking about. So as you can see, it's divided into permissions. Section 1, there's some Chinese medicine in there.
Wow.
And then organs, endocrines, and body parts is more anatomical, the physical parts of it. And energies is focusing more on the chakras and meridians, things like that. And then in section 2, environment, more of the physical environment in terms of the building, the room, the furniture, plants. But there's also the energy that planets share. And it's not a matter of telling the planet to stop sharing it, it's having us being able to balance if that comes up, balance our energies. In section 3, this is the people part where if we're having any type of interactions with people, whether it's loving or conflicting, it comes up in that section. And then in section 4, the focus is the physiological functioning of it in terms of the chemistry of the body, so that if allergies come up, this is where my sensitivity to gluten came up during this in this section, body chemistry.
Wow.
But there's also cells repairing themselves and circulation. And in bodygenics, there's an area for emotions, because all of what we do, everything, having that human experience, there is an emotional component that is a part of the experience. And
Wow.
then if you notice on the very, very bottom, let me move this out of the way, it says other modalities. And let me switch over to that screen, other modalities, because this is, all right, give me a moment here. Here we go. This is the Body Talk's way of saying that Body Talk is not a magic bullet. It doesn't fix everything, boom, zip, zap, bam, and that's it, and you don't need anything else. No, it's saying that Body Talk can help assist, but the person may need other modalities. And through the years that I've been doing this, these are some of the things that have come up in terms of acupuncture. And if a person may need to see a primary care physician, that's great. They can do that. Also, affirmations, so that it will help strengthen their emotional and mental capabilities, as well as yoga and Reiki and Tai Chi and so forth. Um, and so this is what I work with now in other modalities. Know that other modalities is really based on the practitioner themselves in terms of what they find that would benefit their clients. So it's not fixed. The other chart that I shared with you, this chart, this is fixed. This is what we work with. However, the other modalities is flexible based on how the practitioner finds best for the client base that they're working with, and then being able to go from that point.
So are you using this fully when you're working with somebody, like working your way down here, the senses, the organs, it could be the energies, the environmental aspect. Are you using this as your roadmap, or is it kind of like a best description a la carte, where it kind of depends on what they're going through or what their goals are?
No, this is my roadmap, not so much a la carte, because the part of us that focuses and deals with our body is we're really truly focused on symptoms in many instances, and we look at having symptoms disappear, not necessarily addressing what's causing it, unless that is something that's brought to the surface. But it's a matter of having the body say, I know that this is something that you want to feel better about, but you know what? There's a problem that's going to come up later on in your kidneys. So let's deal with that now. Let's get to the cause of that now, so that it doesn't become a problem down the road. And that's the key that I enjoy, that it's not me diagnosing or analyzing. I'm truly asking the body, what does it need? What does it want? And the focus is what's causing, whether the person is feeling symptoms or not, what's the cause? And then what can we do to assist the body in healing? Because our body knows how to heal. It's just at times it needs help.
And we may be doing, I don't want to use the word harm, but we may be doing things to our body that it knows clearly that no, this, you're giving me something I don't need, I don't want, it's not supporting me, but we don't know how to listen. This is a way to hear from your body what it needs,
Exactly.
or what it doesn't need.
Exactly.
I don't want us to run out of time, but we've got well, like I don't know, 7 minutes or so, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Did you want to give just a demonstration of how this might work using me?
Exactly. Yes, yes. And do I have permission to work with your energy field that supports your body?
Full permission.
Okay, all righty. So the kinesiology or muscle testing technique that I'm going to use is rubbing my two fingers together. And I'm telling my body that when the answer is yes, I want smooth movement. But when the answer is no, I want it to stick. That's how you're going to communicate with me, body, your energy, that if the answer is yes, smooth, no, it sticks.
I
Okay?
want to say something, if I
Yes,
may. You
sure.
showed me this last time. You know what? Let's unshare the screen so we can see each other even better.
Okay, all right,
We're,
okay, 1 second here.
so, Dr. Jackie, when you explained this last time about the finger rubbing technique, yeah, I got
Yes.
it. I understood it. I'm on board. But I was thinking more rough. When you said stick, it started sticking. And when you said, when it's a no answer, it's going to stick, and I felt it sticking. That is a game changer, as opposed to soft, smooth, and rough. Stick, it's sticking. It's weird, weirdness.
Now, when I'm in the office and I'm seeing clients, I don't use this method. Instead, they are laying down on a table and I lift their arm. And so if I get movement, that's yes. And if I get resistance, that's no,
Gotcha.
which means that there's more than one way to get yeses and nos.
Gotcha. And
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 that's
and
what
just for
makes it so.
demonstration purposes, it's easier to do the finger rub.
Yes, for demonstration purposes, it's easier to do the finger. Easier for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And now somebody else, like I think I may have shared, I know of someone who has a way of working their fingers like this to get yeses and nos, and it works for them. It doesn't work for me. For me, it's not a clear yes and no, but for someone else, it does. And I'm like, go for it. If
Even
it does, go for it.
we did the chain, break the chain.
Yes,
And
yes,
that, sort of works for me, but I want to try the rubbing of the index and the
yes.
thumb. All right, so what do we do next?
All right, so now you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, all right. Give me a moment here. Let me get things set up.
And we only
Okay,
have about like 4 minutes.
understood. Because
Cool.
I'm not going to do a full session.
Sure,
I'm
sure.
only going to do just a partial, like a complete one step. Okay, all righty. So do I have permission to do a mini session? All right. Okay. First, this is yes. And then when it sticks, that's no. Do I have permission to do a mini session on Steve? And I'm getting yes. Okay. So now what's the priority? Is the priority in permissions? No. Is the priority in section 1? No. Section 2? No. And I'm getting no because it's sticking. Section 3? No. Section 4? Yes. Okay. Body chemistry? No. Active memory? No. Cellular repair? No. Lymph? No. Circulation, nerve supply? No. Musculoskeletal? No. Bodygenics? Yes. Emotional release? Yes. Emotional release from organs? No. Endocrines? No. Body parts? No. From all of those? Yes. Is it a specific emotion? No. Is it releasing unwanted emotions? Yes. And in releasing unwanted emotions, it doesn't mean that the person that we are releasing just your unwanted emotions. Yes, it's included. But if you were around someone who was really negative and toxic, whether it's a family member or even in a grocery store or at a gas station or whatever, and you just happen to pick up the energy of that emotion, the body says, I don't care where it's from. I want to release it all unwanted emotions. Okay. And then is there anything else for this? No. So now, in order to engage and have things line up, I'm going to ask you to tap the top of your head and then tap your heart center and then tap your gut. In body talk, these are considered three brains. Um, and then that helps to align and helps the body to release. And it's not a zip, zap, boom, done. It's an ongoing process for as long as it's needed.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? So you're picking up that there's unwanted emotions connected to someone, maybe? I'm trying to get a.
No, because we don't want to make it personal. Many times it's not personal involving someone. Because your body says you may not even know the person who is emitting unwanted emotions. It's like we don't care who it is. We just want to get rid of and release
Yeah.
any unwanted emotions that are within you. But I was just sharing that it doesn't mean that you are full of unwanted emotions that are all yours. No, it could have come from anyone, anytime, any place, anywhere. But the body doesn't want to differentiate. We'll only do this much or we'll only do that much. No, the body says, let's just release all of the unwanted emotions, and it will do it on an ongoing way. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how the body does it, but I don't need to know how the body releases unwanted emotions. I just know that it does, and
And
it's going to be ongoing.
uh like 30, 40 seconds left here. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
And for those who are kind of private, it's great that you don't need to know because maybe somebody doesn't want to give up, like they're in therapy. Oh, okay, this happened. And then, right, you have to share it. And I have to tell you, Dr. Jackie, I had no idea that I thought I would have to be doing the work here. Oh, you were just feeling my energy
Yes.
doing your thing. And we just touched the surface of this.
Yes.
This is it go.
We only did one step, and that's okay because
Yeah.
your body made the priority that this is what we're going to do first. Not what we think should be first, but your body says this is the priority right now.
It's fascinating in that,
Yes,
and I'm a
thank
big
you.
believer have how energy is transmitted, and you're receiving my energy with my permission. And it's the same thing as if you said to me, even, we're and we've got, a lot of miles in between us. I'm in New
Yes.
York, you're in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
It's the same thing as if I said to you, prayers for you with, your
Mm-hmm.
your endeavor. You're taking a test. Good luck on that test. I'm sending positive energy
Yes.
to you. I just sent my energy to you in terms of going through this chart and using applied kinesiology. Really cool.
Yes.
Like, wow.
Because we are energy beings.
Yeah, yeah.
And whether we acknowledge the energy or not, it's still there. And it's a matter of having the body release what it doesn't need, hold on, and expand what really works well.
Mm. How do we find you? I know there's lots of questions connected to us. What's the best way to find you?
My website is earthlyessence.life, Life.
And no matter what somebody's dealing with, this can get the answers and potentially help somebody heal. just by having
Exactly. Exactly. It will help, but the person has to be willing
Yeah.
to want to. So it's not a matter of me talking them into it or anything. No, it's got to be something that the person would want to do.
This stuff has been proven. This is scientific
Yeah.
proof of this.
All right.
You're our professional of the year, and I can see why. And again, I had no idea it runs this deep with a chart and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like seriously,
Yes.
I wish we had more time to go deeper into this. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the demonstration.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to work with you, work with your energy. Love you so much.
Same.
Until next time.
And do I have your permission to get together with you again on this?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Sure.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
We'll
Take
be right
care.
back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the mytuner-radio, online radio box, and simpleradio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.